guy in my team. Without you, the team will collapse. Without you, we will not be able to score. Without you, we will not be where we can. Without you, we can't even dream of winning the cup. This point, or this message, used to go and communicate singly to each member and differently at different locations, different times. So what used to happen was, by raising the self-esteem, that every guy in the team used to think that I am the most crucial member of my team because my coach has told me. So you as a team leader go and tell your subordinates that you are the most crucial member of my team at different times to each guy. Now what used to happen? Everybody used to think the entire prospects of my team hinges on myself. That is how a team member in every football team used to think that time. That my coach has told me that the fortunes or the prospects of my team depends on my performance. So it used to, like his self-esteem used to be very high, and he used to give more than his ability. And that is how the team used to perform splendidly in any and every match. So that is how you need to raise the self-esteem. Try and give him beyond what he does and see the difference. Count yourself in. Now you as a leader, you must count yourself. You are the first member of the team. Don't count yourself out of the team. Okay? Now many a times we find when we are counting the team members, we leave ourselves out as a leader. First count yourself. Say I am number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Count yourself in. And the team does not belong to you. You belong to the team. So if you can think like this, that I belong to the team and team does not belong to me, you will have made some difference to that team. Think that you belong to the team. A team doesn't belong to you. Have your way, let them have their say. Now, as a leader, as a team leader, you are responsible. Everything depends on you. But let your subordinates have their say. If you don't let your subordinates have their say, then you are scuttling a very good initiative from your subordinates. You must let them have their say. You may have your way. Ultimately, since you are responsible for a particular job, you can have your way. Nobody can grudge against that. You must have your way. But before having your way, let your subordinates have their say at least. Let them express their, because they know, unless they think they are the stakeholders in your organization, in your team, they will not perform. They must realize that they are the stakeholders. And unless you let them grow in their initiative, you will not be able to. You need to create leaders. You are not creating subordinates there. If you only pass instructions all the time, you are creating subordinates. If you pass intentions and not instructions, there is a difference between instructions and intentions. As a leader, kindly pass your intentions and not instructions. The moment you start passing your instructions, do this, do like this, come this way, come that way, you are passing instructions. But if you tell him what is to be done, don't tell him how it is to be done. If you just pass your intention, see the change in that guy's attitude. He will transform overnight and he will produce you such wonderful results that will surprise you that he was capable of doing this, and probably that result will be much better than what you would have initially thought of. You would not have probably perceived that he will deliver such an excellence. He will surprise you with his output. Build the team spirit. You need to build that team spirit. When Lieutenant Moray of US Army, when he was assigned, he was lieutenant then, and lieutenant is one of the initial ranks in the officers' cadre. We all started, I started as second lieutenant, then we became lieutenant, captain, major and lieutenant colonel and things like that. So lieutenant is the junior most officer of any army, since the rank structure in most of the armies world over are same. He was a young guy and he was assigned the role or task of leading his men in Vietnam when USA was at war there in the mid-90s. Now when he went there, he told his men, we are up against a very committed enemy. We are up against somebody who is very determined to fight with us. I can promise you one thing. I can't promise that I'll get everybody alive back, but I can promise you one thing, that we are all in it together. I'll be the first one to get into the battlefield and I'll be the last one to get out of the battlefield. But I'll assure you one thing, that when we come back, we'll all come back together, whether dead or alive. These were the words which were communicated by Lieutenant Moray to his men when these words were immortalized later. And this is the way he uplifted the spirit of his men. He said, I can't promise you that you'll come back alive, but I can promise you one thing, that we'll all be in it together. I'll be the first one to enter the battlefield and the last one to leave that battlefield. And we'll all come together back home, either dead or alive. Now that is the way you can bolster the spirit of your team members. Now if you can think like that and see what message you are sending to your men, they will not think twice to give up their lives. Now when I talk about team spirit in the armies world over, the armies world over are same, and Indian soldiers are a class apart. I generally tell this to many people that armies world over are same, because soldiering is a profession of arms, is similar in every sphere of the world, but Indian soldiers are a class apart. Now, how is it different from the corporate world? There the team spirit is required to give up life. It is a supreme sacrifice that I am talking about. We are not talking about dividends and profits and savings to a company. We are talking about somebody giving up life. Now that is the reason why we need to have that kind of team building in our organizations. If somebody can give up life for you or life for the country, that is the ultimate that one can dream of achieving or having. Remember chess. When you are playing together, remember this game of chess. You may be called a leader, somebody is vice president, somebody is director, somebody is this, that and all that. They all have a role to play. It's something like game of chess. There is a hathi, there is a ghoda, there is a queen, there is king, there is pawn, there is anybody else, fine, on the chessboard. Everybody's movement is important. Everybody's role is important. Queen may be there, king may be there, but hathi is as important as ghoda. Ghoda is as important as pawn. Unless that man makes a move, king can't be protected. So even in Mahabharata, Sarathi and Maharathi are as important as each other. If Maharathi, Arjuna is important, Sarathi is equally important. Unless you realize that everybody is important in this game of chess, you will not pull it along together. And one more lesson that you can derive from chess is that you are not in competition with your own self or with your own colors. The king, that black king does not compete with the black queen. Only the white one competes, or white and black compete. You should not treat other guy of your team as your competitor unless you treat them as your contributor, and if you treat them only as your competitor, you are pulling in different directions. So अपनों को नहीं मारता. चेस में क्या है? चेस में एक खूबी और भी है कि that जब आप खेलते हैं अपनों को नहीं मारते. So treat that guy as your support system and not as your competitor. Very important.